I spent 2 weeks in South Africa exploring the Southern African Wildlife College as well as the Kruger National Park. I took a lot of journal entries and I'm going to share some of them with you today. Tuesday, the 25th. 3 a.m. comes quickly when you end your night before with Black Label lagers and Jack Daniel's honey. But I pride myself on pushing to not skip any safari or group event. Unlike most of the others who missed at least one, this safari was exciting because it was our first encounter with a wild lion. He was laying on the edge of the road, clearly very old and scarred. He laid in the early morning sun without a care in the world. I got some great photos of him and felt honored and a bit sad knowing this old man had limited time left out in this harsh environment. No longer part of a pride, I knew that if he was found by other younger lions, that they would most certainly kill him. We loaded back into our large Sprinter van and headed towards Skakuza. On the way, we came across an incredible scene at a watering hole with hundreds of Cape buffalo. There were also lots of zebra and many bird species. We sat and watched a large male elephant come into the watering hole and bully the buffalo into moving out of his favorite spot. He splashed water and cooled himself down for several minutes before heading off to presumably feed again. We were all exhausted by the time we made it to Skakuza, but there was no time for rest. We had about 45 minutes to decompress before going on an evening sunset safari. Hyena were the only predators that we saw that night, along with elephant. We were spending 2 nights at this camp, so after the safari and another wonderful dinner from Mama, we headed back to the bar for a little drink. The bar, called Right on Track, was an old train station that used to deliver goods into the park, now turned into a small bar at the resort. Had an old train station converted into bar and restaurant, and we enjoyed a few beers and conversations with Dan, Andrew, Patrick, Kewen, and myself. We had a couple extra drinks knowing that the next day we didn't have to get up at the ass crack of dawn for a safari. Another great ending to another great day. Wednesday, the 26th. Kewen took us on a little safari in the van to see what we could find at a watering hole called Lake Panic. Stars ended up aligning because one of the other group members, Rick, needed a bathroom break, so we ended up stopping at the Skakuza Golf Club for a drink and a rest. Patrick and I got excited when we determined that we would have enough time in the day to play 9 holes at the wildest course on earth, Skakuza Country Club. So that afternoon, while the group was resting, Patrick and I went and headed and played 9. The course was wild, with no fencing, keeping the animals off the holes. On multiple shots, we had Warthog in the fairway and on the tee boxes. We had a great round playing a scramble and made it back to camp in time to shower and get ready for a big group dinner that we had planned for the evening. We had to sign a waiver at the golf course saying we would not retrieve any of our balls from the OB zone because there were hippopotamus and crocodile in all bodies of water on the course. Or we started the night with a couple of Long Island iced teas at the train bar, then had an amazing surf and turf dinner with the whole group. I was pretty drunk, but I myself made it back to my room for the end of another great night.